Hello everyone and welcome to today's live session. I'm Christy and today we are diving into a crucial aspect of self-care that many daughters of narcissistic mothers struggle with, challenging self-critical thoughts. If you grew up with a narcissistic mother, you're probably all too familiar with that harsh inner voice. You know, the one that always says you're not good enough, that you'll never succeed, and that you don't deserve love or happiness. This voice isn't your voice. It's an internalized version of the criticism and negativity that you experienced growing up. Today's tip is powerful. Challenge critical thoughts. Now let's break this down. So step one on challenging your critical thoughts is to recognize the thought. The first step is becoming aware of your critical thoughts. They often sneak in automatically, so it takes practice to catch them. The next step to challenging that thought is to question it. Is this actually true? Where is the evidence? And would you say this to a friend? And step three of challenging this critical thought is to reframe that thought. How can you look at this situation more objectively or compassionately? And step four of challenging that critical thought is to replace it with a kinder thought. What would a loving, supportive friend say instead? Now let's practice this together. Think of a recent self-critical thought you've had. Maybe it's, I'm stupid, after making a mistake. Or, I'll never be good enough when facing a challenge. Now let's challenge it. So, step one is to recognize, I'm having the thought that I'm not good enough. The second step is to question it. Is this really true? Am I basing this on facts or feelings? Would I say this to someone I love? And step three is to reframe it. I'm feeling insecure right now, but that does not reflect my true worth. And step four is to replace it. I'm human and I'm learning. And I'm doing my best, and that's enough. Now, take a moment to try this with your own self-critical thought. If you feel comfortable, share your experience in the comments. Now, why challenging self-critical thoughts important? It's important because it breaks the cycle of negative self-talk. It also builds self-compassion and self-esteem. It also helps reduce anxiety and depression. And it also empowers you to take positive action in your life. Remember, this isn't just about positive thinking or denying reality. We don't want to do that. We don't pretend that it's not there. We acknowledge that it's there. It's about being kind and fair to yourself, just as you would be to a good friend. I want to address something important. This process can feel uncomfortable or even false at first. If you've spent years believing these critical thoughts, challenge them might actually feel wrong or scary. And that's okay. It is part of the process. Keep practicing. And over time, the kinder thoughts will start to feel more natural. If you find yourself struggling with deeply ingrained self-critical thoughts, you're not alone. This is a common experience for daughters of narcissistic mothers. In my 12-week program, Rewrite Your Story from Trauma to Triumph, we dive deep into the techniques like this one. We work on identifying the root cause of these thoughts, challenging them effectively, and replacing them with empowering beliefs that align with your true worth. Now, before we wrap up, I'd love to hear from you. What's one kind of thought that you can choose to believe about yourself today? Share in the comments if you feel comfortable. Remember, you are so much more than your critical thoughts. You are worthy of love, respect, and kindness, especially from yourself. Your worth is inherent. It doesn't depend on achievement or perfection. Thank you for joining me today. Until next time, I'll see you tomorrow, the same time, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, be gentle with yourself. Challenge those critical thoughts, and remember,